Hello, I am Dr. Manan Shah, and today we, the team of Swastik Dental and Maxillofacial Clinic, are making this informative video to clear about your misconceptions you have, especially in the current scenario. In the current pandemic, you may have many doubts regarding whether you should go to a doctor or not, whether they will be taking proper precautions or not, and also what if you get infected from the doctor or from other patients. To throw more light on it, I have Dr. Priya Shah with me, who is the proprietor of Swastik Dental and Maxillofacial Clinic. Also, I have with me Dr. Dishan Shah, who is an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. I'll begin by asking to Dr. Dishan Shah, sir, what do you think about the current scenario? What should a layman be exactly doing? Should he go and visit a hospital or should he stay home? What is your view regarding it?
It is actually a very important question, and many people and patients have been asking me this question regularly and periodically.
Right.
So I wanted to throw some light on it. First and foremost thing I wanted to tell is it is very important to go to a doctor or a dentist for an emergency situation. So we have to think first what is emergency and what is non-emergency things. For emergency, you anyway, anyhow, at any time have to go to a doctor. Now, what are the emergency conditions in dental or facial things? Like if you are having severe toothache, I just wanted to give you an example. I just had two patients.
Right.
One patient was a middle-aged lady, female patient, and she came to me just 10 days before, and she was having oral cancer. So she was so afraid of corona that she did not go to any dentist or a doctor for last 4 months. And when I examined her before 10 days, she was already having last stage cancer of oral cavity. So she may survive the coronavirus pandemic, but she may not be able to survive the last stage oral cancer. So it is mandatory for all of us, including us and all the patients, whenever necessary, you have to visit your doctor or a dentist. Another example I wanted to give. Another patient, middle-aged female patient came to me. She was also having this such severe toothache, and because of she neglected toothache and just took antibiotics and analgesics for 3 to 5 days, and then pain subsided. But after a few days, she again started having pain, but she did not do anything because of the fear of coronavirus pandemic. After some days, she came to me with huge swelling on her face. If the swelling is not treated, it can go to many meninges and cause meningitis and many other facial space infections and many other serious complications which are seriously life-threatening. So you may be able to survive the coronavirus, but you may not be able to survive this kind of other complications which are arising because we are neglecting other health problems, not just the dental problems, but also the other health problems like hypertension, diabetes, and all many other things, because of the fear of the coronavirus. So that should go. So in my opinion, whenever there is emergency, if you are having any problem, at least take a telephonic consultation with doctor. If the doctor advises that you are supposed to stay home, that you are having multiple comorbidities or your age is more than 60, and your procedure is kind of elective procedure, not an emergency procedure, so you can wait for 1-2 months and there won't be any issues, then it is fine. But if you are having a major issue and then also you are avoiding going to a doctor, that is not a good thing according to me.
Okay, sir. Another question which I had is that there is phobia among patients to come to hospital. So what precautions should they take to avoid getting coronavirus or getting contact with other patients? So what do you suggest for them?
So basically this thing we can divide in 3 type of things, 3 kind of infections I would rather say. One is from doctor to patient, another is from patient to doctor, and the last one is from patient to patient. Now various researches and studies have suggested that most important and most possible kind of scenario is infection from patient to doctor. Then very less possible scenario is from doctor to patient, and the least possible scenario is patient to patient, right? So most patients fear the last one the most, that another patient is infected so I can get infection. But our research and studies show that that is the least possible kind of scenario. So what are the precautions that are being taken at the dental clinic level or a hospital level? I would just want to give a gross idea about it. So from preventing infection from going from patient to doctor, first of all. As we all know that first in pre-corona era, most of the dentists were usually having an apron, normal apron, and they were using hand gloves, and that was it.
Correct.
Because that was sufficient at that time. But right now, all the dentists are usually wearing either the PPE kits or the surgical gowns, head caps, N95 mask, above that surgical mask, and above that all of that face shield, plus one or two pair of gloves and shoe covers. So that very much reduces the chance of infection from patient to doctor as well as from doctor to patient. So there are also other modalities which are being used by the dental clinics, like some are using air purifier methods, some are using the chlorine dioxide disinfection method, fumigation, fumigators or foggers, and many other methods are there. So various clinics use various methods. In our clinic also we are using multiple methods to prevent this kind of infection. Now what about the patient to patient infection, stopping of infection from patient to another patient? That is the most important thing and most feared part. So for that we are actually first of all taking temperature. That is being done at almost each and every corner of the world right now. Temperature checks is mandatory. After that, second most important thing is the spread of infection can happen from either hands. That is the most important part which is spreading the infection. That's why washing of hands is mandatory, and that is most advisable thing by various health organizations. So hands, feet and hair. These three things we have identified that can carry the source of infection to other patients. Because we are wearing clothes we can go home and wash it, so there won't be any issues. But every time it is not possible not to touch other things by hands or feet or by hands. So that is why whenever any patient enters our clinic, first of all we are giving hand gloves, then give shoe covers and then give head caps. So these three major mode of infections are stopped spreading the infection. Okay, so that is the biggest thing we are doing. After patient wear glove, then after we are checking SpO2 for the patient, that is oxygen saturation level for any patient. And checking the oxygen saturation level is very important in my opinion, because that reduces the amount of happy hypoxia patient that we call. Happy hypoxia is you are absolutely fine, you think that you are absolutely normal and you are having no problem, but your oxygen saturation level is below 95. So after giving glove, then we check the SpO2, so it reduces the chance of infection from one patient to another patient. Okay, so that is we are doing. Second one, what in dental clinics it is being done right now is cleaning of whole dental operatory, not just the dental chair, but whole dental operatory after each and every patient. Various clinics use various kind of solutions for that, 1% sodium hypochlorite or alcohol or many other solutions are there, so we can use any of them. And along with dental chair, the patient chair, the doctor's chairs and everything, x-ray and surrounding whole environment is mopped, not just sprayed but mopped with this kind of solution. So it greatly reduces the chances of infection from one patient to another patient.
Okay, so one last question I had is, usually there are many patients waiting in the operatory area. So what steps have you taken to reduce the...
Yes. Now the most important part from from patient side, what they can do to avoid getting an infection. The most important area where infection can be spread is not the dental operatory or the hospital operation area. Most important part is waiting area. So what patients can do, they can always take prior telephonic appointment. So doctors or assistants are able to maintain the social distance between the patients. So that is the most important thing. I would advise everyone to take prior telephonic appointments before coming to the clinic and after going home, after the treatment. And one more important thing, do not remove your mask until it is advised. Many patients think that I am going for the dental treatment, so I don't have to wear a mask. No, it is not like that. You sit on dental chair, then your doctor tells you to remove the mask, and then only you have to remove the mask. And after removing the mask, we are telling the patient to gargle with betadine or chlorhexidine, which significantly reduces the viral load. So it reduces the the chance of transmission of virus from one patient to another in many other
Okay.
times.
Thank you for the input, sir. To conclude, I would like to say that if you are having a serious or a medical emergency or a dental emergency, you should definitely consult your doctor. Avoiding it could lead to much larger consequences than getting infected. So, according to us, you should definitely at least consult a doctor by telephonic appointments, and then you can take their advice and go ahead. So this was our first video, and we will definitely make more educational videos going ahead. You can give us suggestions if you want to know about some topics.